If we look at Palantir, they were moved to underperform from hold with a price target at $13, down from $18. The analysts did this as part of their software playbook for 2024. They think Palantir shares are overhyped on AI. The analyst says they expect 2024 to be another positive year for software, but says the group is likely to see more measured returns versus 2023. The firm also says that they would position selectively for the better second half of the year, but that's only if we see continued increased adoption of AI, lower interest rates, and still reasonable valuations.
Just take a look at this chart of Palantir's recent performance. With the trading volume surpassing 16 million, Palantir Technologies stands at the forefront of market discussions. Investors are diving into options trading, revealing a significant bullish sentiment, especially with 76% leaning towards optimism. As we dive into the technical analysis, the stock's recent decline of negative 1.46% and the upcoming earnings report in less than 40 days present a landscape worth exploring. How are these indicators shaping Palantir's trajectory, and what does the surge in options activity signify for its future? It looks like deep-pocketed investors are leaning heavily into a bullish approach with Palantir Technologies. Recent data from Benzinga's options scanner has unveiled 13 noteworthy options activities surrounding Palantir. The significance of such a move in Palantir's options market cannot be overstated. Historically, when there's a notable surge in options activities, it often signals that major players in the market foresee significant movements in the stock's price. The undisclosed identities of these investors add an air of mystery to the scenario, fueling speculation about potential big developments on the horizon for Palantir Technologies. Both seasoned and newbie investors now find themselves at a juncture where the decision-making process becomes crucial. Understanding the implications of these options activities is not just about numbers, it's about decoding the sentiments and strategies of these deep-pocketed players. Now, let's zoom in closer to dissect the overall sentiment among heavyweight investors regarding Palantir Technologies. Recent indicators show a clear tilt towards optimism, with a substantial 76% of these influential players expressing a bullish stance, while 23% lean towards a bearish outlook. This opinion divide signifies a dynamic landscape where investors strategically position themselves for potential market shifts. Diving into the specifics of options trading, the notable activities include 5 puts amounting to $538,095 and 8 calls totaling $553,115. Puts and calls are essentially financial instruments that allow investors to speculate on a stock's price direction. The presence of both puts and calls suggests a diverse set of strategies among investors, with puts serving as a hedge against potential downturns and calls indicating expectations for an upward trajectory. Projecting forward, the focus shifts to the anticipated price targets for Palantir Technologies. The market movers seem to be eyeing a price band between $11 and $22 over the next few months. This projection, derived from evaluating trading volumes and open interest, provides a crucial insight into where these influential investors foresee the stock's value settling. It also sets the stage for traders and analysts to align their strategies with these projected targets, attempting to ride the waves of Palantir's future movements. Now, the P/E ratio of 260.12x stands out prominently. The price-to-earnings ratio indicates the premium investors are willing to pay for each dollar of earnings. In Palantir's case, the high P/E ratio signals robust market confidence in the company's future earnings potential, but it also raises questions about the sustainability of such a high valuation. Turning to the analysts' front, there's a mixed bag of views on Palantir. With 4 buy, 1 overweight, 7 hold, and 6 sell ratings, analysts seem divided on the stock's prospects. This divergence in opinions adds an interesting layer of complexity, leaving investors to weigh the potential risks and rewards. Short sellers, comprising 5.95% of the float, play a distinctive role in this scenario. These investors are essentially betting against the stock, anticipating a decline in its value. The relatively low ratio suggests that, while there's a portion of the market expressing bearish sentiments, it's not a dominant force. Shifting our focus to Palantir's recent stock performance, a decline of negative 1.46% is notable. Over the past week, the stock fell by 3.53%, indicating a short-term downturn. Zooming out to the month, a negative 16.06% decline emerges, pointing towards a more sustained negative trend. However, the quarterly view shows a 5.98% surge, revealing the inherent volatility in Palantir's stock movements. In terms of analysts' opinions, recent insider trading activities also provide valuable insights. Aside from those I mentioned earlier, other reports suggest significant transactions, such as Planishek Heather A. selling 27,608 shares at $17.43 and Cohen Stephen Andrew selling 156,100 shares at $19.11. These transactions often reflect their confidence or concerns about the company's future performance. But hey, before we continue, we want to thank you for watching this far. As an investor, you also need to consider Palantir's intricate involvement in national security and law enforcement and its participation in controversial projects. Established with a focus on leveraging data for efficiency, Palantir cut its teeth on national security and law enforcement agendas through its Gotham platform. This platform supplies information technology solutions for data integration and tracking, catering to police, government agencies, humanitarian organizations, and corporations. The company's engagement in national security is not without controversy, particularly as it ventured into projects deemed ethically questionable. Palantir's involvement with the U.S. Department of Homeland Security and contracts with Immigration and Customs Enforcement have stirred concerns. Amnesty International, in a 2020 report, outlined human rights risks associated with Palantir's contracts, citing issues like surveillance, detentions, raids, family separations, and deportations. Despite these concerns, Palantir remains steadfast in its support for Israel, even in the face of protests and criticism.
Joining me here exclusively at the Reagan National Defense Forum, Sham Sankar, CTO of Palantir Technologies, which is up more than 215% since the start of the year. Sham, it's really good to have you here with me. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me, Morgan.
You do have technology deployed in Ukraine. You also work very closely with the Department of Defense here in the U.S. and other government agencies. Is your software being deployed to Israel too?
Yeah, absolutely. I actually have come to Reagan from Tel Aviv. So we are proud, we've been unequivocal in our support for Israel and their right to defend themselves against these barbaric attacks. And we've worked in Israel since at least 2014.
The company proudly declared its backing for Israel during a period of heightened tensions, stating it is one of the few companies in the world to stand and announce support for the country. This support extends to furnishing the Israeli government with military and surveillance technology, including predictive policing services. The protests by hundreds of UK health workers against Palantir's NHS England contract in 2023 added another layer to the company's controversial image. Workers expressed discontent with awarding a €330 million contract to Palantir, linking their opposition to the company's role in providing technology to the Israeli government and its association with military projects. The anticipation builds as Palantir's next earnings report is scheduled within the next 40 days. This upcoming financial disclosure becomes a focal point for investors, providing a snapshot of the company's recent performance and potentially influencing market sentiments. The proximity of the earnings report adds an element of anticipation and volatility to Palantir's stock, with investors keenly watching for any surprises or confirmations of existing trends. Furthermore, it's crucial to consider the role of global venture capital in the potential revival of funding for Palantir and the broader tech sector. With the recent shifts in the investment landscape, particularly as the Federal Reserve raised the policy rate, many VCs have bid farewell to high-risk emerging markets. The impact is palpable even in the United States, where the number of active investors making 2 or more deals fell by 38% in the first 3 quarters of the previous year. In this scenario, the revival of funding for Palantir and other tech players heavily relies on global VC finding its footing. According to PitchBook's H2 survey, there is optimism in the air, with half of the respondents expecting a strong or moderate increase in total VC investment in technology startups. While this sentiment is encouraging, the spillover effect into emerging markets, especially high-risk ones like Palantir, remains uncertain. Amidst the broader tech landscape, potential growth areas emerge, with fintech taking center stage for the coming year. For Palantir, these broader tech trends translate into both opportunities and challenges. Now, it's essential to stay informed about company developments. Palantir's future prospects are intertwined with the ever-changing dynamics of the tech sector and global investment patterns. This informed approach enables you to adapt to evolving landscapes and make well-informed decisions. So, how do you think Palantir will navigate the challenges and opportunities, and what does this mean for its stock in the long run? Join the conversation in the comments below, and while you're at it, make sure to smash the like and subscribe buttons down below. Additionally, if you want to know about Palantir's potential this 2024, I highly recommend watching this amazing video. Simply click this video right here. Thank you for tuning in and stay tuned for more exciting content in the future.